Hey guys, and welcome back to the Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy Let's Play.
How's your training going?
So, to start off, we are checking in with Rosh.
Same here.
Of course.
I guess that's just how the
Once again,
training
he's
works.
proving just how much of an unlikable prick he is.
Kidding, he's the best character.
I wonder if your master's holding you back.
Why would you
Oh,
say
Rosh.
Kyle doesn't seem
It's funny because, you know, shortly we're going to get into this whole arc about, you know, saving Rosh and whatnot, and it's like, they really do nothing to endear you to him to make you want to save
I
him.
wouldn't worry about it.
It's
I'm
weird.
not so sure.
Certainly, it's definitely hard to put your lightsaber around when you're around Rosh.
Did I interrupt something?
I love the animations
No,
of
not
these
at all.
cutscenes.
They're amazing.
Well, I'm ready. Let's go.
The blank, expressionless faces. Beautiful. But today we're just tackling more missions, and unfortunately not the most interesting missions either. We start off on Bakura. I don't know why it has the same name as the character from Yu-Gi-Oh, but... yeah, we start off here and we have to essentially stop a terrorist plot.
But he will meet you on Bakura.
Oh my god, Luke's mouth moves so fast.
It does, it's... And it's weird as well, because it's only his mouth.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
Everything else is, definitely straight into healing.
Oh yeah, look, we are heal level 3. Now we are not going to be dying in battle anytime soon.
Except when lightsabers randomly click through you and you take 100 damage instantly. That's all.
Hasn't happened yet.
It will happen a lot.
This is a nice skybox, though.
It is.
And in fact, I must credit this game. Every single planet seems to have a unique skybox, which kind of, yeah, it does add a lot to sort of making each planet feel unique, even when they do reuse assets. Like this exciting mining town here.
Exactly. This is the mission where there's all the bombs, isn't it?
Yes. Well, one of the several where there's all the bombs.
Of course. Can't forget
Is
best.
my curiosity rewarded? No. Sorry. So, it starts off, you know, you're not really sure what's going on. There's this cool looking green room. The doors are locked. The van... No, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, there we go.
Oh,
Terrorists.
yes.
And it's rather funny because all of the terrorists in this game have the same 2 voice actors. One of them being Jaden's voice actor.
Really?
Yeah, you can really hear it in one of the hut missions.
I like how they're just like they've clearly already planted the bombs, but they tend to just stand around, like waiting for them to go off. Is that
Yeah, exactly. They're committed terrorists.
wow?
Yeah, it is kind of funny though, the idea that if they just never opened the door, I couldn't have stopped them. I couldn't have done anything. I would have just been trapped in there and would have had to leave.
That's true. Yes, you theoretically could have used your lightsaber, but that mechanic wasn't introduced in this game.
And now we're introduced to invisible enemies,
Yes.
which are a lot of fun because they basically just don't react while they're invisible.
Yeah, they do nothing. Sometimes you'll like, clear an entire room, and then like you see an occasional laser blast coming from the back of the room. It's like, why?
Perhaps they are more aggressive on the higher difficulties, but I don't think I've ever played Jedi Master.
Yeah, this game's tedious enough as is sometimes.
Yeah, some missions certainly are, but as I say, like the missions that we're doing in the part today, not the most exciting. Next part and the part after, though, we have some good stuff. We've got some very good stuff, so stick around. So now we need a security key. And that
We
means,
need a what's that?
a security key, and so now that means we've got to do a lot of tedious stuff. Which, you know, to start with means destroying these little trip mines here, which is really tedious. I mean, I maybe you can crouch under them, but I kind of didn't want to risk fate. Or tempt fate, rather. So...
No, that's fair enough.
Do you have any memory of this mission, my friend?
I mean, I did it not too long ago, but no, not the ins and outs of it. I remember pressing enter on a few bomb-looking like things, making them disappear. And
yeah, that's
and then
basically
leave.
this mission.
Yeah.
But it's the problem with it. I find is it's it's one of those missions where the sort of the environment you're in can get confusing, and you need different security keys to open different doors, and
Okay.
you know, I cut out like maybe 10 minutes of me running around lost. Like, for example, there's that elevator there. You can take that down. Nothing there.
Very good.
It's just a waste of time. So, yeah, it was one of those sort of levels which are my least favourite in this game.
Yeah, there are some levels where you're rewarded for exploration, other levels where you are disincentivized for it because then you get lost
Yeah.
and have no idea where you're going.
On the bright side, though, you know, we are headed upwards from here, as I was saying, and also, no, because of the good missions, but also because we'll be getting more and more powers and cool things to play with. So.
I love how you went to all that effort to get that security key, and you still didn't get it.
I know. My lightsaber. That is the funny thing that I do love about this game, is that your lightsaber doesn't just clip through walls or anything. It does actually get stuck, and you can drop it.
Yeah, you can make yourself drop it as well, which is fun.
Yeah, you can go. You can set up a scenario for drama, or just role playing where you've lost your lightsaber and have to sort of use other force powers or something until you can get it back.
I think after a while, your character will automatically pull it back to you. I think after a few designated amount of time, I could be wrong.
You might be right about that, actually. I recall having some experiences where I didn't intend to call it back, but it happened nonetheless.
I always like to, being the sadist that I am, I like to throw my lightsaber, turn it off, which makes it drop on the ground, and then spawn in an NPC, and then pull the lightsaber back, igniting it while it's in air and having it chop them in half as it flies through on the return journey.
Which is also an excellent way to kill people, kill your enemies.
Well, it certainly is. It makes no sense how it works, because the hilt is what's flying back towards you, and it would be the thing that contacts their back.
Yes.
That's neither here nor there. 2003 game.
that is the thing. This game does have damage spots, though. Big explosion, lots of random debris. This game does if there are different sort of hit spots on a enemy's model. So that's how you sometimes cut off an arm or whatnot, is because your lightsaber bisected a certain hitbox.
Yes.
So
it's super rare. Hopefully that Knights of the Force 2.1 will come out, and that'll actually have proper dismemberment.
Hey, well, yeah, I mean, for anyone that doesn't know, we mentioned this at the end of last part, actually, but Knights of the Force was possibly one of the most ambitious mods ever being attempted. It essentially featured every character, every lightsaber, and every environment from every single Star Wars movie and some of the extended universe.
3 more.
Including a full campaign mode with missions based on every single part of the films and some of the extended universe stuff. It was incredibly crazy, incredibly ambitious, and the day before it was going to be released to the public, the creator said that he deleted it. And because was it because it was driving him crazy or something? And
I think so. I think he was just losing his mind over the whole venture.
Yeah, he just deleted the finished product, and it was incredibly disappointing because it was a mod that we were both waiting for many a year before it.
Yes. So, what version of the mod is out there right now? I think there's an Alpha 2.1 for the new version which is coming out, but that's multiplayer only. But what's the version we always played?
So the version we played was 1.01, I think it was, and that was basically all the multiplayer content. So it had all the maps, all the character models, some balance changes, some new modes. It was pretty fully featured in and of itself, and I know that we both had a lot of fun experimenting with that. Oh, can I make it? Can I make it? Can I make it?
You can easily make it. Yeah.
Can I make it? No!
What you need then is the Force 3 jump, where you launch yourself Neo style in the air.
Oh, look, for force jump level 3, I mean, you can do anything. And I missed a security key on that guy's body, so then I spent 10 minutes running around and then had to get it. Yeah, that stuff's not fun. They should give it to you when he dies, rather than making you, like, mess about with his hitbox, but...
Yeah, because you have to look on their arm to see if they've got it. Oh, wow.
I love that can happen.
That just happened? I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah, that can happen in this game. It's very rare, but I thought that was pretty awesome. But, I actually, given that this part doesn't feature a lot of exciting stuff, I thought that it might be fun if I looked up some Jedi Academy trivia.
Oh dear.
And there's not a lot, at least not on Wikipedia anyway. But I did find a few interesting things, and I also fell down there, which...
Yes.
Yeah. But there is a bomb down there, so it's alright. So as it turns out, Jaden Core was originally going to be named Asin Rand.
How have I heard that name before?
KOTOR 2.
Oh.
He's the smuggler in that game, and that's where the name came from. There's an Easter egg line that the voice actor recorded, hidden in the game's code, which says that, where he says that he was supposed to be in a spin-off to Jedi Knight. So that's pretty neat.
Like an older public Jedi Knight spin-off?
No, like in this game. It's just him saying.
Oh. Right, okay.
Because Jedi Academy is kind of a Jedi Knight spin-off because you don't play as... It's the only one where you don't play as Kyle Katarn.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the other interesting thing I did find is that using a cheat code, you can actually attain a level 4 mind trick in this game.
Is that what lets you directly take control of other characters?
Yes. It's obviously not finished, but it's pretty nifty that they were considering that.
Yeah, I used to mess around with that occasionally. Actually, I think I messed around with it in the Jedi Outcast demo, to be honest.
Really?
I think so.
That is a great demo.
Because all the cheats and stuff worked in the demo.
Yes, it was all active.
Yeah, it was amazing.
In fact, if I may just take a moment, if you haven't played any of these games, guys, download the Jedi Outcast demo. It's a level from Jedi Outcast, but is not in the final game. You can only actually experience it by playing the demo, and it's a lot of fun. It's got some cool little aesthetic stuff. There's a jewel on this super reflective floor, which like has your reflection while you're dueling against the Sith guy. It's pretty nifty. I really like that demo.
What's a demo?
Well, I think that was a time when demos were special. I mean, there's a reason I still have the Jedi Outcast demo on my hard drive next to Jedi Outcast. So,
if you do a replay of the Outcast, will you play the demo first?
I actually, as I recall, it is canonical.
The
story. So yeah. Although I'm actually not sure when it would take place because Kyle has his lightsaber and Jan is there, so I don't actually know if that fits properly. But anyway. There was some other little bits of trivia that I found, but we might save them for the sandworm because we're heading back now.
Okay.
The sandworm is a very tedious mission.
Does any of the trivia involve the sandworm?
No, but I'm sure we can find some.
I shall look now.
In fact, more than that, I'm sure that we can just guess the trivia of the sandworm. But naturally, we want to go back to our ship, some stormtroopers have spawned. It's all pretty simple stuff. One of the things that kind of does bother me about this game's level design is that it always does make you walk back to your ship after doing all the mission objectives. Usually there's a few more enemies to fight or something, but it's not the most interesting conclusion to a mission.
Not every mission has you going back to your ship, but yeah.
No, just, these sort of open missions do. Why weren't you at Bakura, Kyle? You could have helped.
Receiving numerous reports of a Sith cult called the Disciples of Ragnos, appearing all over the galaxy.
And where we get our name drop. Okay, so now we're going to Blengeel.
Blengeel, which is
This should be an
the
easy
home
assignment.
world of the Sand Burrower.
The Sand Burrower, okay.
Landed the coordinates of
Yes.
the distress beacon.
Native only to
Survivors.
Blengeel. And That's literally the only trivia it seems about them. That Academy is the only game they've appeared in. They use ground vibrations to detect prey.
Yep.
They have inward-pointing teeth. They're huge.
We also have Force Lightning now, by the way. For some reason, I accidentally clicked on Force Heal, and the game literally locked up because it thought I was trying to go to like level 4 Force Heal.
Does not compute.
Yeah, exactly. So a random bit of lightning hit our ship, and now we've crashed in this lovely CGI.
What an unfortunate piece of lightning. I wonder why Star Wars ships aren't shielded against
Nice
such
work,
things.
Some rescue mission.
Some rescue mission. So that's all we have on the Sandburrow?
I mean,
Yes.
for all there's other stuff here. It's appeared in the Complete Star Wars Encyclopedia, Volume 1.
Oh, nice. Okay,
You there.
that's good.
Thank the Force you've come.
I don't know what that...
This
I
place is-
mean, I guess they have to, because...
The sleeper has awakened! I love that Jade doesn't even react to that. It's just, what was that?
Oh my God.
I think it was a giant sandworm, Jaden.
Maybe I can find
And
It just
now,
ate that.
Maybe I can find what I need.
our music for this level is sandworms yelling.
I like how you pulled out your lightsaber as though that will help.
In fact, you're entirely right. It does nothing, but I actually think I keep it out for the entire mission.
As good. I tend to be very... I'm always turning it off again after every battle because I love turning it on.
Agreed. Yeah, no. Unfortunately, this is one of those cases where it's basically a collectathon mission. So our ship got damaged. We need 4 parts, and that means we've got to go
This power
back and
converter
forth
should do.
between our ship and the parts.
Converter should do.
Unfortunately, Jaden can only carry 1 part at a time.
Of course, even though he doesn't actually carry anything.
It's not like he has the Force or anything. I like that though. That's like one of the only times in the game you do that.
Yeah. The purpose it serves is all well and good, but really, you could have just jumped onto the sand and then jumped onto that, and the sandworm would never get you.
No. I did have some deaths which were a little, shall we say, glitchy.
Ah.
The sandworm perhaps should not have killed me when he killed me, but I don't actually know if I left most of that in, but I was on this mission for a lot longer than I would have liked to be.
Alright.
It's a very tedious mission, this one.
Yes.
So, back to trivia.
You've taken the Obi-Wan Kenobi approach with the high ground. I can see that.
Oh, I have indeed taken the Hydra. It doesn't help me because I can't pick up anything else.
Well, the thing is, you have a certain amount of time on the sand before the sandworm gets you. So all I did was force speed. I'd get as close to a thing as I could, then force speed onto it, run back, and then you would find the sandworm would like spring out of the ground about 5 seconds later.
You see, my friend, you did the smart thing. I tried to play this as the developers intended, and I was heavily penalized for it. This honestly is one of the worst missions, and frankly, as you know, if you...
Oh, you've already got one, you can't pick it up? No!
I can't.
No.
But I can kill the sandworm! No, I can't, because there's another one. So yeah, I cannot pick it up. I can only carry 1 at a time, so we're going to go back to the ship, and then forward to the part, and back to the ship, and forward to the part. Yeah. After completing 4 of the 5 missions on any tier, the game asks if you would like to skip a mission. If you're playing this for the first time, I would say just happily skip this one.
That's a rare endorsement.
Well, I mean, you do get an extra force power, points, which is good, but you know, it's not a fun mission. It's not really something that matters in any way to the story or the characters or anything. So, I would just skip it.
Also, do you think that the red silhouette? Do you think that's the Force, or is that what Jaden's saying? It's like, oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the easiest way to explain it, logically. Also, what's with that rock now sinking?
Oh my goodness. It's quicksand.
It's just that one red rock in this level that sinks, and I'm not sure why. Also, this is the shuttle where we met Rosh, so I tried to kill the seat which Rosh was on.
I like how you know exactly which seat that is.
I remember. I've played this game enough times.
Oh, yes.
Or at least started it.
This is convenient.
Ah, look at that! Look at that!
Now, that was rough. That was very rough.
You can hear a lightsaber sound though, so Jaden was fighting it inside its belly. Now, well, okay, just to finish up my little trivia, there is a lot of Orabesh in this game, which is the sort of language, the written language of Star Wars. You guys would have seen it in just, pretty much every movie, I think.
Yeah.
Now, there's lots of it in this game, most of it's pretty basic stuff, but I love that on the title screen of Jedi Academy, there's some Orabesh characters in the background, which, when translated, are basically just an ad for the game. Like, they talk about create your own Jedi, tiered level system, new MP game, siege, new sabers, new force powers, blah blah blah. And more, coming summer 2003. And yes, this really does say something if you translate it. That's what the title screen Orabesh says.
Oh, wow.
So kudos to Raven Software for going to that effort.
Indeed. To pitch a game they'd already sold.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing, isn't it? Maybe this was going to have a demo as well.
Maybe. Did it not?
No, this one didn't. To the best of my knowledge, anyway.
That's too bad about the merchants. Sounds like those sand burrowers must have gotten them all.
And, yeah, we don't really care about the like, Jaden doesn't really complain about merchants, he just gets off, the job well done, and that's that.
I don't complain too much about the sandworm either, he just sort of got on with it. It's like,
look, I mean, yeah, Corazon's marking it as hazardous. We're just leaving the sandworms be. But we are going to take Carl's advice and learn more about becoming a Jedi in one of my all-time favourite missions in this game next time. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you then.